skies and neon nights, controllers lit like fireflies. Old freaky gamer in the zone, level up the unknown. Game Talk Newz, it's all a thrill, conquering worlds with skill on skill. Game on, game hard, streaming stars were never far. Game on, game hard, in this conquest we're avatars. Mr. Mike.
Hello everybody, I am Mr. Mike and you are listening to the GamezAttack podcast here at OldFreakyGamer.com. This is episode 86, and this is called the Game Awards 2025. Hello and welcome you one and all to this GamezAttack podcast where we talk about the Game Awards 2025. Basically a recap of what went down, what was won, what lost, games that were shown, things that I thought were okay. I watched the Game Awards after the Game Awards. I watched it. I was like a watch along. I watched the Jeff Gerstmann stream of the Game Awards. Unfortunately, I should have just watched the Game Awards YouTube video instead of, Jeff Gerstmann's talk over because, oh boy, that guy, he's brutal when he's just, knocking every game and person and thing down in the show. It's like, dude, calm down. Calm down. There's stuff to gawk at, but man, he's just like, oh, this is stupid. Oh boy, he is set in his ways, I gotta say. But I did watch it still on his stream. I did, and I did fast forward through all the boring parts of the show, like all the stupid commercials and stuff that I don't give a shit about. But got all the announcements, got all that stuff going on. So that we'll be talking about that most of this podcast, plus a little bit of Games Talk Newz because, frankly, I don't have that much time. This is going to be hopefully a shorter podcast, but every time I say that, it always ends up being a long one. But I am tempting to try to have it shorter today because I got some games that I want to play and record for upcoming videos and such. I got stuff to do around the house still. Yesterday, let's talk about a little bit about me. This isn't gaming related, but might as well. So Saturday, I'm recording this on Sunday, but on Saturday, yesterday, I was making a ton of pierogies or dumplings for the rest of you. But for Polish people like me, us Polacks, I made a bunch of farmer's cheese pierogies here in my house, and was doing that most of the day yesterday, amongst other things, other house-related things. Today, a little bit after I do this podcast, I got to go out and shovel all the snow that happened yesterday that I did not shovel because when I was done doing all the cooking and cleaning, cooking, packaging up, cleaning, I also was making a ham as well yesterday. So I was doing a lot of cooking and cleaning and stuff for, this Christmas holiday season. So after all the cooking and cleaning and stuff was done, it was like almost 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, I'm not going outside the shovel at 11 p.m. at night to shovel the snow. I didn't need to go anywhere. The other person that my roommate that lives with me here, she had to go to work, but she could drive through the snow. There isn't that much snow, but there was some snow out there. So I got to do some shoveling today when I get out there after the podcast, do some shoveling, come back and do some gaming and maybe make a pizza today. That's what I'm thinking because I was going to do it yesterday, but it got so late. Didn't get a chance to, but I made a ton of pierogies for this Christmas and stuff. I like to do that. I like to make and bake some stuff. Like next week, Saturday, I'm going to be baking some holiday chocolate chip cookies and stuff like that for the Christmas time and stuff. I'm also picking up some smoked Polish holiday sausage at my local meat market here in Buffalo. That I like to go to pick up for the holiday season, where you boil the sausage in water for an hour or so, and then on the side of it you could either have ham or, like I said, my preference, my cheese pierogies and stuff. So that's going to be a beautiful Christmas because I'm going to have myself 4 days off for Christmas, from Christmas Day. I took the day after Christmas off because usually I'd work that Friday, and then I got the weekend. So I'll have a nice 4-day Christmas week to eat, watch movies, and play a lot of fucking games. I'm going to do a majority of my gaming that weekend. I'm fingers crossed. But so I've been doing various things. Didn't get much gaming time in this week. I got a little bit, but it's only for a few games. But really, the main thing was I was just doing stuff around the house, getting stuff ready for, Christmas. Because I like Christmas. I did my Christmas decorations. I keep them on all every day throughout Christmas outside. They look beautiful. The blow up snowman and Santa and all the lights blinking. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. And I like to eat. I like to make and eat food too. It's good food I make. I like that stuff. But yeah, so that's what I was doing, and then it got really late and all that. I'm like, well, I might as well record the podcast Sunday again because why not? I always do that because I didn't have time to do anything yesterday on that. But yeah, that's what I did for some of the time. And then, like I said, I did very little gaming during the time as well. But why don't we get into the games that I did play and stuff? We'll kick it off with that. Then we'll talk about some other stuff, and then we'll get into the Game Awards and stuff like that. We'll kick it off with that. So let's get into the games that I have played for this past week.
The games that have been played in the past week.
Of course, it's still dry. Really dry. Yesterday, it was really hot because when you have all this boiling water for the cheese pierogies, because you got to, after you make the cheese pierogies and the little dough and stuff, you drop them in the hot boiling water pots and stuff. And boy, even with a little fan on, I even had the window open in the kitchen, even though it's like 10 degrees outside. I had the window open just to let all the heat out. It was like 82 in my kitchen and most of the house. It was like 80s in here, and I'm like sweating my balls off and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. With all that humidity that I was creating in the house. So, but today it's drier because I'm not doing any of that stuff. But games that I've been playing, most likely I've been sticking with Supermarket Simulator on the PC. Just building up my supermarket. Right now I've been doing basically more inventory in my game, where I've been stocking up and loading up a lot of extra inventory and just having a robust inventory section for my stuff in the game. I actually got 2 stock boys. I got 2 stock boys in the game, so it's just me, 2 stock boys. And then I found out, because I was being stupid, I guess, I found out that you can have self-checkouts as well in Supermarket Simulator. So I added 2 self-checkouts into my little supermarket, and then I have myself just doing checkout, and that helps a lot with checking people out, and I didn't have to hire another checkout person for that. So that was pretty good. So I saved some money there, but I spent a lot of money on additions to the store and adding more product. I added another product base to it. So a lot of people have been buying stuff, but I've been trying to, bring up my money. That's my goal right now, trying to build up my fundage. It takes a little while, and you got to do a little by little, but as I build up the funds, as more and more people come to my store and purchase stuff, I will be making a lot more money back, and then I can super expand my grocery store along the way. But I don't want to take out any loans. That's what I said before. Loans are a no-go, and in this version of Supermarket Simulator, I said I couldn't do any cheat stuff because it wasn't working. It was just glitching out the game. So I'm not doing any of that cheating or anything in the game. So because I don't want my games saved to be corrupted or the game not to work and stuff. So yeah, it's been a time. It's been a time. It's fun. You might think it's kind of boring or whatnot. I know. Got some people that are like, oh man, how do you play that? I'm like, It's fun. I don't know. I like doing that stuff. Hey, people like playing games like digging a hole. I forgot to put that. Digging a hole game. What's it called? The dig a hole game? What is it called here? I'm trying to think of it. A game about digging a hole. Yes. I did play that as well. I got to add that to my list here. A game about... Here, I'm going to add that now. Okay, so I added that. Well, you weren't even noticing, folks. So, yes, playing Supermarket Simulator is fun. It is my kind of chillaxing type of game amongst, like, Spray Paint Simulator or Power Wash Simulator 2 and stuff like that. It's another one of my mantra games. Plus, it's a simulator game, so I like a lot of simulator games. So I've been playing a bunch of that, trying to bring up my funds so I can expand my store and buy new products, all that stuff. Don't got that many achievements left to get in it. I think once I master my store level and I get all of my achievements and stuff, I think I'll give it a quits for Supermarket Simulator, because then I think and then I will be my ultimate businessman in that game. I think. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I still got to do in that game, so of course it's going to take a lot longer than I would think or hope. And talking about like so-called, not really simulator games at all, but the game that people were always talking about that actually came out on Game Pass for Xbox and PC and stuff is a game about digging a hole, which everybody was talking about. I'm like, what's fun about digging a hole? There's got to be something to this game, and people weren't really talking about it, but or they were talking about it, but they weren't really talking about why this game was interesting. And I found out, well, you got this little electric shovel that you use to dig a hole in the backyard because you bought this property that said you could get this treasure. There's a big buried treasure in your backyard somewhere, and you got to dig it up and you can be rich and stuff. And you bought this property to dig down to find this treasure, and got this powered shovel, but if you waste the battery in it, it'll explode and you'll get hurt, and eventually you could die, and you got to collect all these ores and rocks and stuff and sell them to get your money so you can buy batteries for your shovel or upgrade your shovel, upgrade your inventory, upgrade all this stuff. And between all that, you're still digging this hole, and you got to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. And I'm like, okay. So I played a bunch of it, and I'm like, okay, at first I don't know what I'm doing. And then I'm looking and I'm watching other people do it. And then I was like, well, where do I get the achievements? And then it says, you got to beat the game first before you could get the achievements. And I'm like, okay. So I understand how to beat the game because I saw already on a run through on how to beat the game. So my goal is the next time I play a game about digging a hole, I am going to try to speed run it so I could get the speed run thing as well, but also try to dig the hole, and then I'll be able to get my achievements, because the achievements unlock when you beat the game for the first time and then you play it again. And that's what I'm going to try to do. And there's techniques. I'm going to have to pay attention greatly, because once you dig that hole, it goes pretty deep, and then you can get disoriented on where you're at when you're digging this hole, I found out. And it's like, oh, is this going up or down? And if you're not paying attention, you screw up and stuff. It's really interesting. You can get you got like a little jet pack that you can purchase and upgrade, and that's how you get out of the hole. At first I'm like thinking, well, maybe if I dig sideways down or something, or go do a staircase around, I can get down there that way. And then I'm like, it still seems a little bit tricky to do so, but yeah. But it's a game about digging a hole and about wasting time. Games that waste time. This is one of those games that waste time. I should do like a little video about games that waste time. Time waster games. Like, you got cookie clickers. You got all the clickers out there. You got a game about digging a hole. Got Supermarket Simulator. There's a lot of games that waste time out there. And I can name a bunch of games that are just time wasters, basically. They're not... I'm not saying it's not a fun game or Supermarket Simulator and fun games, but they're games that most people just go look at other people like me and you, and they go, why are you playing that game? What's fun about this game? It's not like Call of Duty. It's not like this or that. But why are you playing that game? It's not a platformer. It's not a shooter. It's not a beat 'em up. But why are you playing this game? And it's like, because it's a funny, stupid game. And even though it wastes time and stuff, it's like calming, and it's just fun to play a stupid game once in a while to amongst all the huge, big, giant games out there with tons of story and stuff. This stuff is just basic, simple stuff that it's like, here, to the point. Sure, stuff could have story in it. These games could have story, like a game about digging a hole, and you got a few others that do have story to them, but you don't really have to care about the story as much. You don't have to be super invested. It's just play the game, get done with the game, and then you can move on. You know? And I didn't understand at first why people were talking about this, a game about digging a hole, until it came out on Game Pass, and I'm like, well, I might as well try this stupid game that everybody's talking about. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I get this game a lot, and I would never buy this game. I would never pay for this game. I think the game was like $5 or something if you really wanted to buy it on there. But I'm like, if I'm going to beat this game and get a bunch of the achievements out of it and stuff at first, maybe I probably don't even need to even think about buying a game, which I wouldn't. I bought Supermarket Simulator because that's a game that you want to buy. But I already bought it on Steam, so I didn't buy the Xbox version or the Game Pass version of it. That version I'm just running off of Game Pass and stuff, so I don't have to buy that twice. But yeah, a game about digging a hole. It is kind of interesting. It is a time waster. And I bet you other people in other countries are just looking at us going, wow, you are a pathetic American, Mr. Mike. And anybody that plays this game, first world problems, folks. First world problems. Another big game that I've been playing besides Supermarket Simulators and digging holes and stuff. Of course, Assassin's Creed Shadows been playing it. I keep putting this on Series X. I should put remote play. I don't know why I put... Well, actually, I should go both because I did play this on the Series X. Yes, that's right. But I like to type in right when I'm doing this podcast. So, yes, Assassin's Creed Shadows, folks. It is... Holy shit. This is also a game I've been playing hours and hours of now that I've been able to get into it and play it. And it's just like, oh, this reminds me of Odyssey. And Naoe, I'm probably getting her name wrong already. Naoe, my character Naoe, she's badass bitch. I'm killing everybody. I don't care who you are. If you're gonna go up against me, if I'm just trying to pass you by and then you get all pissy and moany at me and then you're just trying to kill me, oh, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Your family's dead. Your whole town is dead. I'm just taking out whole castles of people now. Now note, if I go into the higher level parts of the game, yeah, then I have to bring it back a bit. But I'm like, oh shit, I'm a badass bitch. And on top of it, shamelessly, sort of, I kind of purchased some cosmetics, some microtransaction cosmetics for the game. I don't know if I talked about that already, but I bought some Attack on Titan costume stuff, which also brought up my my costume levels and stuff in the game. Like, they're high level in the game right now, so I'm like, oh, I'm getting extra shielding, all this extra stuff with my cosmetic costume. I got the sword from Attack on Titan that they used, and that sword in Assassin's Creed Shadows is badass. I'm just chopping everybody up with this Attack on Titan sword, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I feel like I'm playing Attack on Titan. And I purchased a mount, which when I found out about the mounts, I'm like, oh, so I don't need to just ride a regular stupid horse anymore. I can ride a fucking fire dragon. So I'm a Chinese fire dragon in Assassin's Creed fucking Shadows, people. I'm sure it's more of a Japanese fire dragon, but I don't know. Is it a Japanese or a Chinese? I think it's a Chinese. I think dragons are mostly China, right? Those Chinese fire dragon things. That's mostly China. So I'm gonna say I'm riding a Chinese fire dragon. He is so fucking cool. He's got the cool tail. He's on fire. He changes fire colors during night and dark, light and dark, and all that stuff. And I'm like riding him along and stuff after I whistle to get him. And I've got my badass sword. I'm going through towns, chopping up all the bad people that want to hurt me and stuff, which is a lot of people. And I'm not doing much of the story. I'm just going around, climbing up those towers, going on the perches, doing the whole, letting it do its whole 360 thing of me synchronizing and, unlocking more of the world, for the map and stuff like that. So I've been doing mostly that and collecting supplies and stuff. Little bits in here. I've been doing some side quests and stuff like that, but I'm having a ball. This is, like I said, this is reminding me of Assassin's Creed Odyssey a lot with Naomi. And I hear that you play as her for a long time in this game. And then you get into, what's his name? Shit. You get into what's his name? You get into the guy samurai guy. I forgot his name already because I've been, he doesn't come until later in the game where you get to play him next. And, but I've been just having a ball with her. She's just jumping around. Sometimes she gets too slicey and dicey, and I'm like, stop. And she's still slicing around, dicing. I'm like, stop. You could stop now. You already chopped everybody up, and now you're chopping up plants and animals. Okay, calm down. Sometimes her chopping animation's just still going, and I'm like, calm down, girl, calm down. But when I look at the map in Assassin's Creed Shadows, I don't know if it's just because the rest of the map isn't unlocked yet or if it gets bigger and bigger over time, but it looks kind of small compared to other Assassin's Creed maps. Because I was looking at it, it's like you got a couple land masses here, and here. I already got a big chunk in the middle already unlocked. And then you got the higher levels on the sides and stuff and above. And then that's it. In Assassin's Creed Odyssey and stuff, it looked like it was a huge world. You had stuff to do. This one, it looks a little bit more tamed and held back. But I'm guessing you just got a lot of missions in all these areas and stuff and what to do and all that. But I've been leveling up. That's mostly I think I did that also in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I just leveled up Cassandra. And then she was so high level and badass. When I started to do the actual story missions and stuff, I was just breezing through them left and right because I was so high level and badass. Same thing with this. I also purchased that level up pack with the Mon and leveling up. So I got tons of Mon, tons of levels and stuff. And all that extra microtransactions and stuff would have cost me like $35 or something like that, maybe closer to almost 40. But I didn't pay really that much. I think I paid like $3 or $4 for all the microtransactions and stuff because I used my Microsoft reward points to purchase the majority of it. So I said, well, I have about almost 30 something, 40 almost dollars in Microsoft points. Might as well just use that. So I feel way less guilty. Even though I did spend a little bit of extra money on it, I spent like $3 or $4 or give or take for the microtransaction stuff because I needed a little extra money to pay for it. I used the majority of my Microsoft reward points to get a gift card and just buy most of it. So I feel okay about that. I didn't spend because I was like, oh shit, they got all this good stuff in this microtransaction bullshit, and it's like, oh, I want all this stuff, but it's gonna cost a lot of money to get all this stuff, especially the fire dragon and all my cosmetics and stuff. And I'm like, thank you, Microsoft Rewards, for giving me a giant big discount because, man, I don't think I would have wanted to spend another $30-something. But I heard it also said all those Attack on Titan stuff is supposed to go away. I think, for all the cosmetics and stuff. I think. I don't know. That's what I thought. It's not just that extra mission story for Attack on Titan, which I couldn't find. I don't know where to find that, or if I have to get up to a certain part of the game to be able to play that Attack on Titan DLC story thing that they dropped, which I think is almost gone. It could be gone by the time I'm talking about this, but didn't get to play that part. But still having a blast. Going all around feudal Japan and stuff, just going, jumping these towers and castles and stuff, and just having a ball, killing people and things. And I'm slicing up men and women. It doesn't matter. Anybody that's against me, they're just getting their asses bloodied from me. And it's been pretty good. And I'm so powerful now. I'm so leveled up and powerful. I've been taking out those Diogis. Is that what they're called? Those big, muscular, armored guys. They're like super armored. And I think they're called Diogis or something. Been taking those guys out. And I'm like, now I'm really taking those guys. It was a little tough at first, but now that I'm leveled up and I got that extra power and I got the cool Attack on Titan sword and all that, I've been taking those guys out like left and right. The only bummer about Assassin's Creed Shadows for now, and I got to look this up because I didn't look it up yet. I don't have a bow and arrow. I thought I could get like a bow and arrow set for Naomi so I could just snipe everybody, because all these characters in the game, they got bows and arrows and stuff, and I'm like, well, why can't I get a bow and arrow? I got my sword. That's cool because I'm a ninja, but can't they have bows and arrows too? I thought they could. So I got to look that up to see how I can get a bow and arrow, but I went to shops too, and none of them were selling bows or arrows or anything, and you can't just take them off of the dead carcasses that you kill. That's another bummer. Before you were able to take like all the weapons from all the characters that you killed, like back in Odyssey, and this time it's like, no, you can take certain things for for your base and stuff, for your hideout and stuff. You can take them back to build up your hideouts and bases and stuff like that, but there's nothing that you can get for weapons. You got to just basically like go to weapon shops, do this and that. I want to level up my character and her weapons and her armor as well. I got to look up how to do that as well, because it says go to armorer, and I'm like, I got to find these armorers that could level up, because I'm pretty sure I got a lot of stuff that I can level up my character, her outfit and her weapon, her sword and stuff. I would hope. But having a blast, that's what I've been mostly playing. I've been streaming it from my Xbox Series X to my Xbox ROG LAX, and it just plays beautifully. Streaming from the console to that. And having a lot of fun. And this Friday, I will be back, guys, playing some more Assassin's Creed Shadows on GameOn. So get prepared for that. I might even do it on Christmas. It might be an Assassin's Creed Christmas, because I've just been having so much fun with Assassin's Creed Shadows. I just want to keep playing it. It's just blowing me away. And before, a long time ago, I never was into any Assassin's Creed games until Odyssey. When Odyssey came out, I just fell in love with Assassin's Creed. I still want to play Valhalla eventually, but that's on the way back burner there. Doesn't matter. I can play it anytime I want. I got the physical copy of that, but and I think I got the digital copy as well. But Shadows, I definitely wanted to play, because I'm like, feudal Japan, that's all me. I love the Japanese, so I love all that Japanese stuff. So feudal Japan, you got me. And I had to play it. I had to start playing that. And the final game I've been playing, which I did a stream of my first gameplay of that last Friday, was Terminator 2D No Fate. Boy, oh boy. That game was a coin flip. It's on sale now for temporarily for like $26 and something cents right now on sale, and then it's supposed to go up in price after that, like $30 or something dollars or whatever. But right now it's on sale for, people that want to purchase it right now. But it was a coin flip. It finally came out, but it was still a coin flip. I'm like, is this game going to be good or is it going to be bad? A pixel Terminator 2 game. Side-scrolling Terminator 2 shoot and slash pixel game. And I was having some doubts about it, especially before I was purchasing it for the stream, for my video stream for first gameplay on Friday that I did. And when I started to play it on first gameplay, I was like, okay, my doubts have subsided. And Sarah Connor and everybody's badass in the game. And it's like you're watching a super quick version of Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which eventually, this time around, because I actually am kind of going back to it a second time, but you could keep going back to it over and over again because you can make different choices after you play it for the first time. Then it unlocks more choices and stuff, and you could play it more and change the story up and stuff like that. And it's really an interesting adventure. I beat it the first time on my first gameplay the first time. So you could tell that the whole playthrough is not that long. If I could play through it in a whole first gameplay session, it was like an hour or so. And like I said, replayability, it is still in question. But if you're one of those people that wants to get S ranks, because they got a ranking system in there, if you want to replay it multiple times to see different ways that the story could go, because they're actually making it so the story of Terminator 2 Judgment Day can go in different directions. Like, they had an option when I'm able to unlock it. Oh, instead of Sarah Connor letting Miles Dyson live, she can shoot him and kill him right there. Or the Terminator can come and terminate him. Okay. That's some choices right there. And then there's a bunch of other choices, like in the wars and stuff. They take you into Judgment Day a little bit and stuff like that, into the war against the machines and stuff. And it is pretty fun. It is pretty quick paced, and I did fairly well playing it with. Mostly you got to play not with the analog stick. I try to do with the analog stick. Sometimes I see that the analog stick isn't the best. You got to use the D-pad and stuff like that mostly to play this type of a game. And it worked out way much better on my ducking, shooting. You do a lot of stuff. There's a lot of action in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, or Terminator 2D No Fate. And like I said, the story, it goes by how the story goes, pretty much. There's there's the one bar scene that I had a problem with, where he goes into the bar to get his clothes. You know, Arnold's Terminator, spoiler alert if you didn't see the movie. He goes into the bar with all the bikers and stuff in there, and he says, I need your clothes, your boots, your motorcycle. He goes to that big guy, you know. But in this game, spoiler alert, in this game, when you're fighting the bar people, you don't fight the main protagonist guy. You know, you throw him into the kitchen, he burns himself on the thing and all that like that. But then they have you do a little boss, like a little boss battle with the guy with the shotgun. You know, the old guy with the shotgun. When you're getting onto your bike, and then the old man with the shotgun comes out, and he goes, shoots the shotgun in there. And then he points it at Arnold. He's like, you better get off or I'm going to lay you down, boy. And Arnold's like looking at him. He's slowly walking over. And he says, I forgot what he says. He says, don't be like that, goddammit, or something like that. And Arnold just grabs the gun from him and just takes his sunglasses and goes away and not even touch the old biker dude. Well, in this game, you beat the fuck out of the old biker dude. You got to beat him up because he's in the bar with you and he's trying to shoot at you with the shotgun, and you're just going and you're chasing him and you're just beating the crap out of the guy. That doesn't happen in the movie. I don't know why they added that, because in the Terminator 2 Judgment Day game from LJN back on the Nintendo NES system, you fought the big biker guy, the bad guy. He looked like the Undertaker, that guy. He looked like the freaking Crypt Keeper meets the Undertaker. He was big. He would kick and punch you and be like, pew, 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 pew. You actually fought that guy back in that game from LGN back in the day. This time, you're fighting the old biker dude with the shotgun. That's the only problem I have with this game a little bit. That's the only part that I kind of went, why did you guys do that? We should have been fighting the main biker dude, just like in the LGN game for Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Maybe if you made it like a decision, like, oh, he can fight the main bad dude or he can fight the old dude later. You know, they could have did something like that, but they didn't. They had me fight the old guy with the shotgun, and I'm like, he never fights him. He never touches the guy. He just grabs the gun and he takes his sunglasses and he goes off. That kind of made no sense to me. But oh well. All in all, the game amazing. It's all pixelated like it should be. Naked Pixel Arnold is funny as hell. It's a fun game. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how many playthroughs I'm going to be able to get out of it and how much fun it will continue. But for, $26 or something cents, I think they did a very good job at the game. What I can play. It's very responsive. It's very quick paced. The levels just go, 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 go. You get scored, ranked, all that stuff. And I was, at least for the short time period when I played and on first gameplay, Terminator 2D No Fate, I was actually on the top of the leaderboard for the easy part. Because, of course, my fingers and stuff, it's hard. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the harder modes and stuff because my fingers and stuff just don't go that fast. Even though I was having some problems with the game myself in the first playthrough, but it was good enough. I was decent enough, but yeah, I got on easy mode of Terminator 2D No Fate. I was ranked number 1 on the leaderboards compared to other people, so I was very happy about that. When I ended that show, and I showed all of you, and you could see it in the video as well, because I got the video out of it, a first gameplay of Terminator 2D No Fate. I was on the top of the leaderboards, and I'm like, hey, Mr. Mike, people can beat my score anytime. But as of right now, me being on the top of the leaderboards, even if it's on easy mode, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. If I'm seeing other people's leaderboards throughout the game, depending on how many people are going to buy Terminator 2D No Fate going forward, hey, that's like an accomplishment for me. I'm very happy about it. And it's a fun little game. Take a look at my video. You can watch the whole first gameplay and first part, watch me play through the whole story during that first gameplay of Terminator 2D No Fate, and then see for yourself if you like it, if you want to play it later. I was thinking about ending it, and then I'm like, nah, I might as well just finish this game. I'm like, wow, am I at the end of this game? Okay, I might as well finish it. And then I noticed you could go and do other things. It's pretty cool. And there's like a soundtrack part to Terminator 2D No Fate where you can unlock stuff in the soundtrack, and you can play all the music, whatever you want in there. You can play different themes, songs, and stuff. They even have the actual music from the bar scene and stuff, Bad to the Bone, and that cowboy song. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm streaming this. Oh, it's going to be copyrights, because, YouTube is going extra hard on copyrights like everybody else in the audio industry and stuff because they're bullshit. Even though it's in the game and it's from the game, that stuff was in there, and it's like, or bad to the bone. I'm like, oh shit, they actually got the music in here? They didn't just make a MIDI of it or something like that to put in here? Oh shit. I know when I posted my video, when I edited and posted the video up after the stream, it was saying, oh, these are a couple songs here that are copyrighted. Okay, but you're allowed to stream them. I'm like, I better be, because this is just in the game. That's why I hate how our copyright industry is nowadays, especially on YouTube and stuff. They should just allow you to have it. If it's in the game, they should allow you to just play it because it's in the game. Whoopee big do. Nobody's going to rip the music out from this to listen to it because you're going to hear people fighting and shooting in these games and stuff. Nobody wants to do that. They can just go on the Vimeo and stuff, or the Vivo stuff on YouTube for the music videos and rip those Not that I know that stuff, but otherwise, Terminator 2D No Fate so far is a get for me. Especially now that it's only $26 and something cents. Get it. It's worth it. It was worth the extra long wait that we had to wait for because of, physical editions. They couldn't just send everybody a code or let us just buy it ahead of time. But no. That's Reef Entertainment for you. But yeah. So those were the games that I played from the past week, and they were great. Those are my great games. Like I said, can't wait to get back into Assassin's Creed Shadows. Still haven't played any of the Outer Worlds 2. I've been going dark on it again, but I plan on playing some of that today because I got to do a video of it for a Let's Play for next week because I failed to do it the last time. So I owe it to myself and to all of you that I play more of that for next time for a Let's Play for this week's Let's Play. So I will be playing more Outer Worlds 2, but I've been more so hooked on Assassin's Creed Shadows because it's just fun, especially playing it on my Xbox ROG Ally X. It is so fun playing it on that handheld. You wouldn't think so. You'd be like, I need a big screen TV to play this. Nah. I think my eyes are more subject to playing it on these smaller screens than the TVs nowadays. And it's like, weird. Weird that I've been playing on smaller screens than bigger screens for these games. It's weird. My eyes are weird like that. I don't know. I'm more focused to the handheld than to the big giant TV that I got in my living room. Let's see here. So you remember I was talking about I ordered some DDR4 memory for my computer. I was going to upgrade my memory to 64 gigabytes of memory in my computer. Yeah, well, that's not happening anymore because after it being delayed and being stuck in a UPS center, which I'm thinking it's in my local UPS center. It has to be in my local area's UPS center because it said it reached Buffalo, New York, and it reached my UPS center's terminal and stuff. And then it disappeared. The package just disappeared. My memory just disappeared. So I contacted Newegg and did all that stuff after I waited. It was like Thursday when I contacted them because I'm like, well, it was supposed to come. They had up to Wednesday. Now it's Thursday and it's still stuck in limbo with no date. And it says, and it even gave me a thing on the UPS thing here. Let me go to my, come on, bring it up. There we go. So I went to my UPS. Where is it? That's over here, isn't it? This is the Newegg one, but I went to the UPS set and it says, it's stuck in limbo. Your Corsair Vengeance 32 times 2, which I bought 4 of the 16 gigabyte DDR4 memory. It is stuck in limbo. Let's see here. Let's track the shipment here and see if there's any tracking going forward here. Delayed. Yeah, that's what it says. Delayed. So, yeah. So it was shipped. It was in transit. It arrived at the facility. And then it was arrived at the facility. And this was on 12/7 in Buffalo here. That was on 12/7. So December 7th. And then it was processing at the UPS facility on 12/8. And then nothing. It went ghost. And then it says it was delayed. It was delayed. It was delayed. It was delayed. And then, like I said, on 12/13 and stuff, I contacted Newegg, which you have to do via their chat portal. They don't got a phone number anymore because nobody wants to talk on the phone. That's how you save money on your customer service. I'd rather talk to people on the phone than do their stupid on-screen chats. I hate on-screen chats, but I had to do it. So I went and told them the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. I asked them if there was any way, which the memory was out of stock, but I'm like, is there any way I could just get a new batch of memory sent to me? And they're like, yeah, whatever. We'll see. We'll try. But all in all, I got an email, I think it was yesterday or this morning, talking about it on Saturday or Sunday, that they couldn't get me my memory, that they just refunding me my money and stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then they sent a request to UPS to, if they find the package, send it back to them and blah, 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 because shit, UPS fucked up again. And this isn't the first time that UPS has fucked up on package deliveries. I hear there's a lot of issues going on at UPS. And it's like, how come the Postal Service doesn't really have too many of these issues? Or FedEx. You never hear FedEx losing packages. Or DHL and stuff like that. Like, I never had packages missing from any of them. But from FedEx or from UPS, I've been having a lot of issues. A lot of people have been having issues. And this isn't the first time. And I hate it that Newegg just uses UPS, because UPS is not a standard anymore. I know a lot of people still use UPS, but they're really not that good at shipping shit anymore. They've been really bad, and lately they've been even worse. And then they've been cutting people and stuff like that from selling stuff, from shipping and stuff. They've been laying off a bunch of people and all that. And that's like, to me, that's like the wrong way to go. If you're having trouble getting all these packages transferred and stuff through your hubs and stuff, then you got bigger issues than ever, because like I said, I never really got packages, but they did deliver. Here's the funny thing. On the day I was contacting Newegg and UPS on my lost package in their facility, which I'm thinking it's not just lost, because if it traveled that far and it got to that facility for processing and stuff, and then it magically got lost, I think one of the workers stole it. I'm pretty sure that my package was stolen inside their facility at UPS, because they see a box that says Newegg on it, because Newegg likes to put their Newegg logo on it. I'm sure there's some smart people in those places that go, oh, this is a Newegg item. There must be something like memory or something valuable in here, because some computer part, because Newegg sells computer parts and stuff. So it's a small box. So yoink. How hard is it to rip off a label and yoink it and put in your backpack at the facility? I don't know. I'm pretty sure UPS isn't really good with tracking all that stuff. If you got a bunch of people just scanning stuff and somebody wants to, they know what they have, they can just take it, put it away, and it gets lost in transit there. I'm pretty sure somebody stole my package. It had to be, because it's weird that it got so far and it was at my facility down the road, mind you, at my UPS facility here in Buffalo, and it magically just disappeared at that hub. Went through all the other hubs fine with no problems, but that one, it got lost. But yet, because I ordered a Blu-ray movie from Amazon, and I guess it was from a third-party seller or something on Amazon, and they sent my movie via UPS, which is weird, because wouldn't you use the postal service to send media packages mostly? I would. I don't know. I don't know why they were using UPS. I would think that'd be more expensive, but they sent it through UPS, and it got to my house that day when I was calling in about, oh, my other package got missing. So some freaking, that isn't that kind of weird that my movie package got to me like ASAP via UPS, but my box of memory that I was ordered from Newegg did not make it here. But the other package just flew right through, and I ordered that like a day prior. Like, it was like a day or so before I chatted up Newegg to return my, to do something about the memory package. And then I ordered like I said, the movie, and that came not too long after. And I'm like, huh. And that's when I figured, I bet you somebody at the warehouse stole it. I bet you somebody's stealing packages at the warehouse. They're just not that good at tracking these people down, and they're just, eating up the losses and stuff. Because like I said, I've been hearing a lot of troubles with UPS lately on delivering packages, trying to get stuff done and processed. And like I said, I bet you high theft is going on over at that UPS facility. And that just makes me not want to use UPS more and more. Because if they're stealing people's packages now, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because like I said, this Blu-ray movie, which usually would come via USPS mail for media mail, came UPS, and it did it in like 2 days. This thing that was going through transit, which took, a half a week or so, and then got up to that hub a day after, just disappeared. It makes you wonder. But if you think about it and you think about the timeline, I have the whole timeline here. I got all the stuff recorded. But Newegg's already processed my refund already. So it's not like there's anything that can be done about that. So I got my money back. But I really wanted that memory because that would have been awesome to put in my computer. And everybody else is selling the sort of similar kind of memory that I want. But it's at a higher price. I'd be spending another, $60 to $100 for the other memory. And I said to myself, nah, I'll wait. I'll wait till hopefully this whole memory debacle thing falls apart down the road and then memory gets cheap again or something because the bubble will eventually burst on AI and all this bullshit that's going on. And maybe some of these companies will realize maybe we should keep doing the consumer market even though we just went to the corporate market, but, we're short-sighted in our views on that. So, so I'll wait. It's not like I needed it ASAP. It's just something I wanted because I'm like, oh, my memory's still cheap enough. I could get 64 gigs in this machine. That'd be pretty good. I got 32 in it now, but 64 would be better. But I'm like, okay, I got my $300 and something back. Whoopee-doo-dah. No big deal. I just don't get extra memory, but I got my money back and I can use that money to buy some other stupid stuff, which I bought, like I said, more games and stuff. I also bought that Red Dead Redemption remaster game because it came out for Xbox for PC. And when I saw that it came out for Xbox for PC and I could get fresh achievements throughout the whole thing, I'm like, ooh, not only do I want to play Red Dead Redemption again, but now I can play it on my Xbox ROG Ally X and not just play it through, streaming through my console because I thought it was only going to come to console for Xbox, but it came to the PC as well. I'm like, oh boy. So I purchased that for $27.18. It's on sale for, and then it's going back up to $45 or something, or $40 or something. I guess it's on sale right now for a limited time, of course, for Red Dead Redemption for PC. I was very shocked and awed that it came out for Xbox for PC, Red Dead Redemption. But it did, and I purchased it right away. I'm like, oh, I'm purchasing this right away because this is worth it. This is damn worth every penny to get Red Dead Redemption for PC and play it on my handheld someday. Just like I did with Grand Theft Auto 5. I didn't need to get it. I beat it a million times, but I bought it for PC because I'm like, well, it was cheap and I could play it on my Xbox ROG Ally X and I can fuck around in it. I can play and try to get more achievements out of it and stuff. And that's what I got it for because I liked playing GTA 5 just like all the other GTAs and I might as well have it. So same thing with Red Dead Redemption. Which is funny, I didn't hear anybody talk about Red Dead Redemption, the remaster. It's supposed to be just prettier graphics, all that stuff. Same story, but better gameplay and graphics and stuff for playing the game. And I'm like, oh, I'm all for it. I'm all for playing Red Dead Redemption again. I think it would be the third time I would play through this game. And I will definitely do it and get some fresh achievements and have some fun in that game when I get it around to it. It's good to have it. It's, in my digital library on my Xbox for PC. And I got a bunch of games that I purchased. And I'm thinking about purchasing some more games. I already pre-ordered like a bunch of games like that Final Fantasy Renegade. I forgot what it's called. you know, the remasters of those games that you get 2 of those remastered of the Final Fantasy games and stuff. And I was thinking of getting a bunch of other games as well, but I'll wait on some of them. But shit, now that I got, like I said, my $300+ back on my credit card again, got that Lord, makes me want to make some other stupid digital game purchases. Because why not? Or movies and TV shows. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Yeah. It's a shame, though, that my memory got stolen by UPS. But shit happens, folks. At least I got my money back. Because I would have been like, well, if Newegg and UPS would be, I didn't know if they would be difficult or not at this stuff. And I'm like, well, Newegg wasn't difficult. They saw what was going on. They said it's probably was lost in over there. And I'm like, yeah, I think it is. Or I also told the lady, I think they might have somebody stole it at the facility. She's like, yeah, that could have happened too. I'm like, it probably did, because this wasn't the first time that this kind of shit happened from UPS. But, yeah, it was a shame, because I would have liked to have 64 gigs in my computer. But now I'm like, whatever. If memory goes down in price down the road, you know, if all this AI bubble bullshit bursts and stuff, and we can get our memory cheaper again down the road, future road, then I'll get it. If not, I'll just wait till this computer gets so old it's time for me to build a new one, and then I'll be using DDR probably 6 memory or something by the time when that stuff comes running around the corner. I know it's DDR5 now, but I heard they had like a GG, like they were going to bring like the memory that they use for graphics cards and make that like PC memory as well. And then you can have GDDR memory in the computer and stuff. And I'm like, that'll be the future. By that time, hopefully they'll have all USB-C ports instead of just USBs and stuff like that. And I could just have a whole computer full of USB-C ports and stuff like that. That'll be that'll be a day. Maybe we'll even have Snapdragon processors to choose from. You don't have to just use AMD or Intel chips. You can use like Snapdragon processors in the future, and you could just put those in your computer and run your computer off of Snapdragon by that time. Uses a lot less power, and it's a lot more powerful because it's running on ARM architecture. Why not? So why don't we get into the games news? Not the games news, but the Games Awards news. We got a lot of Games Awards stuff to talk about. I'm just going to run through this stuff because, like I said, not really too big on the awards. A lot of them are just for awards that, frankly, I don't care about or I don't know about. Then we'll go through a list of the games that were featured in this, like new games, upcoming games, stuff like that, that were featured in the Game Awards of 2025 here from Keeley and all of them. But we're going to talk about the Game Awards, the winners, the losers, stuff like that. Overall, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 swept the show with winning tons of awards and ultimately winning the prestigious award. And I might as well, they have this list going backwards. They have the Game of the Year on the top, and then it goes down for the rest. So I might as well just scroll on down from the winner, the main winner, the Game of the Year, which was Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is the winner for Game of the Year, which was going up against Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. None of, well, except for Hollow Knight Silksong, I didn't play any of the other games because, like I said, I don't have a Switch 2 for Donkey Kong Bonanza. I don't really care about Death Stranding too much. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I don't know. Hades 2, I didn't really care about the first Hades. I tried playing that. I didn't really like it, so don't really care about Hades 2. And even Hollow Knight, I didn't care about too much. And I didn't even I didn't even care about Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Everybody was all championing it. It looks good. I didn't like the gameplay. I hated the gameplay. I hated the stupid blocking system that they did. I never could get that correct. And it was like costing me over and over again. The story seemed very stupid. It just didn't make any sense. And it didn't, and I tried playing Expedition 33. I really did give it a good try. I got through a good portion of it. I played a lot of it, and I just fell off because I'm like, I'm just not caring. I'm just not caring. Like I said, I hated the whole parry system. It's the dumbest thing of the game. The parry system sucks. It sucks. I don't care what anybody says. That parry system really sucks, and it's bad for people like me that just don't have the quickness to do that, and it's just horrible. It's garbage. It's like, let me do other things except for parry, and then you got to parry just right so you can build up your abilities to build up and do all that stuff. And then when you try to upgrade your characters and stuff, I just did not understand it. It was just all French to me, because it is a French game, but it was all French to me. I did not like it. Like all you other people out there that like it. Not that I'm saying it's a bad game. It's just not a good game for Mr. Mike to play. I'm not going to go, well, that game was horrible and stupid, and you guys all stupid and suck. You know, I'm not Jeff Gerstmann. I'm not going to call you all out and call you all stupid or anything. It just wasn't my game. A lot of these games were not my games. And I'm glad that you're all happy that it is a great game and that it won Game of the Year and that you guys liked playing it, but I just wasn't one of them. I just hated the gameplay, and I hated the story. I didn't like anything of Expedition 33. Right when it started, I was like, wow, this is really stupid. And then when I played it, and I'm like, yeah, it's just too stupid for me. Not even if to fun, jokingly play this game. It was just really bad for me. For me. For you, if you got it and you were playing and you love it, hey, great. You know, the music was okay, but didn't resonate with me. And I know I'm the outlier in that, and I own up to it. Like I said, I'm not like a Jeff Gerstmann or somebody that keeps calling people stupid and dumbasses and stuff like that. You know, I'm not going to say that because I don't think that of you guys. You know, if you like a game, you like a game. You want to play it, you play it. You know, it's not what I tell you to play. I don't tell you to play anything. You get your own choices. We're all free to make our own choices, you know, good or bad. But, you know, other people, oh, you're a bunch of dumbasses for not liking this game, or, oh, this game is stupid. You guys are a bunch of dumb. I don't know. I don't like how he like, you know, hates on people for stuff like that. I don't do that too much, unless if it's really stupid, for real. Let's go. Like I said, let's get through this. Best game direction. The winner was, of course, Expedition 33. Going up against Death Stranding goes to Yotoi. Sorry. Hades 2 and Split Fiction. Best adaptation. The Last of Us Season 2 was the winner against the Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell, Death Watch, Until Dawn. I know a lot of people like The Last of Us. The Minecraft movie is good, but I'm sure, I would think, even though I never watched any of The Last of Us anything, not even the show, I bet you that was probably better than a Minecraft movie. Even though I'm a Minecraft aficionado and I love Minecraft to death, and that movie was pretty funny and fun to watch, I bet The Last of Us was better than that. I can admit it. Mr. Mike, I can admit it. You know. Best narrative, of course, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 was the winner on that. Going up against Death Stranding goes to Yotoi, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F. I'm surprised Silent Hill F didn't win anything. I didn't play it, but I watched the Nextlander people play it, and that has some really dark and interesting narrative for it. I think it was a really good Silent Hill game. Eventually I'll buy it because I know I'm not going to be liking the puzzles of it or anything, but I think eventually I'll buy it when it's like $20 or less. That's what I come to. Originally I was going to just buy it straight up, but then I'm like thinking, I might not like playing this too much, but I do respect it because I never really liked the Silent Hill games, but Silent Hill F with the Japanese girl, it seemed really interesting. And I'm like, I will eventually play this, but I'll wait till it's like either on Game Pass or if it's like $20 or something on Xbox. And then I'll purchase it and play it. That's my thing. Best art direction, of course, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 won that, which is surprising because even I bet you Keely was like, oh, how come my boy over Hideo Kojima didn't win any of these awards because Death Stranding 2 was on a lot of these nominations here, but it didn't win anything. So Death Stranding 2 was on there, Ghost of Yotoi, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. Best score in music. Guess who's the winner on that, folks? Oh, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 against Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotoi, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silk Song. I don't know. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 had okay music. Even though I didn't play Death Stranding 2, I did play the music of it. I was listening to some of the music on YouTube of Death Stranding 2, and it was pretty interesting, fun, good music. So I am thinking, why didn't this game have the best music score? I don't know. Maybe I'm biased on it. I don't know. Best audio design, which this was surprising that another game won instead of, it wasn't Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Best audio design went to Battlefield 6, which won that. That was a big surprise. And that was going up against Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotoi, and Silent Hill F. Best performance. They had Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, Erica Ishii, Jennifer English, Kanatsu Kato, and Troy Baker. And the winner was Jennifer English. I forgot for which performance, but she won that. Innovation in accessibility. So they had, here for this category, they had Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall, Doom the Dark Ages, EA Sports FC 26, South of Midnight. And the winner for innovation and accessibility was Doom the Dark Ages. Yes, Doom the Dark Ages had a lot of accessibility and innovations in that game. I did notice that. Games of Impact. The winner of that was South of Midnight, and that was going up against Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, Dispote, Consumi, and Wanderstop. I love the South of Midnight. I hope they make a South of Midnight 2. I wonder if they could make a South of Midnight 2 game. That game was pretty good. I played through that. That was really good. With the stop motion was okay and stuff in that too. When people were complaining about that, I thought that was okay. Of course, a certain Jeff Gerstmann hated the South of Midnight and its stop motion, and he couldn't play it. But that's just because he's an idiot. I'm going to say it right now. Jeff, you're an idiot sometimes. You're stuck in your own old ways, and you're an idiot sometimes. I'm going to say it right there. You know, he's an idiot sometimes. Stuck in his old ways. Best ongoing game. The winner of this was No Man's Sky. Amongst Marvel rivals, Helldivers 2, Fortnite, and Final Fantasy XIV. Of course, because No Man's Sky, they still have been putting out updates. I don't know, like everybody else has been asking, and I've been thinking about this too, where are they getting more money from for this? I wonder if because they update the game, sometimes they resell the game for stuff and they get more money from that. But it's like, wow, they're still spending a lot of money and time updating No Man's Sky. You would think they would be done with that already, but they've been continuously leveling that game up. I'm surprised. I would like to play No Man's Sky, but I don't know if I have the time for that. It was a really good game. It was a weird game of its time. It had a lot of troubles. It had a lot of hardships. There was a lot of bad story behind it that game probably almost didn't come out. They had those people there over at No Man's Sky had the worst troubles ever, but then they still got it out and they fixed it and they made it great. And wow, it's one of those stories that we hopefully will see in a documentary or something someday. Best community support. The winner for that, Baldur's Gate 3 against Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. Best independent game, which I gotta even say this is like a broken category right now, and a lot of other people said the same thing. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 winning this category. Independent game, yes, but this is more of an independent game. This is more of a studio type game. I don't know how independent, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 had help with making this game and financial help as well. I don't know about any other of these games. Maybe Hollow Knight or Hades 2. I don't know. Best debut indie game. Of course, they're saying Clair Obscur Expedition 33 again is the winner. Is it best indie game? I don't know about that. When you got Blueprints, Dispotle, Dispatch, and Megabonk got axed from this category, apparently, because I'm seeing a line through it. I would think anybody else but Clair Obscur Expedition 33. But like I said, this was the game that won most of the show, so yeah. Best mobile game? Well, there's no real mobile games out there, so why don't we say we should just skip this. But I guess the game that won this was Sune Pretty Derby. Who gives a shit? Because I don't believe in mobile games, so we're going fast forward through that. Best VR/AR game. The winner of that was The Midnight Walk. Never heard of it. Never heard anybody talking about it. I heard of Alien Rogue Incursion. I heard of Ghost Town, Marvel's Deadpool VR and stuff, Ghost Town. But A Midnight Walk, never heard of it. But that one. Best action game. This was another one that people were like, what? So apparently Hades 2 is an action game, and it won as the best action game against Battlefield 6, Doom the Dark Ages, Ninja Gaiden 4, Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Hades 2 won that? That seems a little broken, that category, I would have to say. I would rather have Ninja Gaiden 4 or Doom the Dark Ages win that one, because I played both of those, and those are great. I still got to play and beat Ninja Gaiden 4, but still played it, and I thought it was okay. Doom the Dark Ages was a blast, so yeah, that was fun. But Hades 2? Action game? I don't know. I don't know about that. Best action adventure game. The winner for that was Hollow Knight Silksong against Indiana Jones and the Great Circuit, Ghost of Yotoi, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, and Split Fiction. I guess so. I would rather say something else but that. Okay. But I didn't like I said, I didn't like Hollow Knight Silksong or anything like that. Best RPG. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 was the winner. I say fuck that. I played Avowed. That was great. That was my best RPG for 2025. I think Avowed should have won. Then they had Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, The Outer Worlds 2, and Monster Hunter Wilds. Like I said, The Outer Worlds 2 is okay, but Avowed was awesome. I loved Avowed. If I would have voted, I would have voted for Avowed. Not Clair Obscur Expedition 33. But of course that won. Best fighting game. 2XKO, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, Virtual Fighter 5 Revo World Stage. The winner for that was Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. I wonder if that got some paid buy-in bias, because I heard a lot of people didn't like the Fatal Fury game for its controversialness, but okay. Let's see here. Best family game. Now, the winner for this, I would have to agree, even though I never played this, I would have to agree this did look pretty bonkers, and I would like to play it if I got the system to play it. Donkey Kong Bonanza was the winner for the best family game against Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing, Crossroads, Split Fiction. Oh yeah, that was a game that I might want to pick up and purchase and play now. Now that I'm not spending that $300+ on the memory, and this game is kind of on sale, I'm thinking about picking up and purchasing Sonic Racing Crossroads, because that seemed really cool. It seemed like the Mario Kart of the future in that game, especially when this Mario Kart World this year was really a dud. That's why they packed it in, and they wanted to try to charge people $80 for a dud, because it's Nintendo and they like to rip people off on stuff like that. But I might purchase Sonic Racing Crossroads. I might be doing that. I don't know yet for sure, but it is on my list, and I might purchase that. Best Sim Strategy Game. That was Final Fantasy Tactics. The Ivalice Chronicles was the winner against the Alters, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Sid Meier Civ VII, Tempest Rising, and 2 Point Museum. Best Sports and Racing Game, which I would think this was the worst. I think this was a bad broken category too. Or not a bad broken category, but I think the one that won this, which was Mario Kart World, was, I don't know. I think that was badly, I think there was some heinousness going on with this award. I don't know. I don't know, because I've been hearing from everybody that Mario Kart World, and as watching it, was a dud, and it was not the best. And I heard a lot of people liking Sonic Racing Crossroads, so I don't understand how Mario Kart World won Best Sports and Racing when Sonic Racing Crossroads was on everybody's top charts and saying, oh, we love this better than Mario Kart World. It was the next Mario Kart World. So how did Mario Kart World win this? Do I hear biasness in this show? In these awards show? Maybe. Who are voting on this? Maybe they were broken too? I don't know. Just a thought. Just a thought. Let's see here. Best multiplayer game was Arc Raiders. I heard a lot of people liked Arc Raiders. Never played it, but I watched it. I heard people like that game. And that was against Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Rain, and Peak and Split Fiction. Most anticipated game was Grand Theft Auto 6, which was the winner. Yes, we're all anticipating it, and we're not saying shit about it. So yes, that is definitely could be the winner of that. I would say next would be like 007 First Light. That'd be the next one. Then maybe Resident Evil Requiem. Then Marvel's Wolverine, and then finally The Witcher. Would be 4 would be the last for that list for me on how that list ranks. Content Creator of the Year. Don't know any of these guys, and I don't know who Moist Critical is. Sounds stupid, but who gives a shit? This is Keeley's Awards. Best Esport Game. Counter-Strike 2 was the winner against Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, and Valorant. Okay, good on Counter-Strike 2 for getting ahead of Dota, because everybody loved Dota back in the day. I heard people playing, oh, it's Dota, we got to play Dota. Never heard too much Counter-Strike 2, but glad that won. Game Awards 2025 Best Esports Athlete. Don't know any of them, don't care, but Chovy won against Brock, Forsaken, Kekeru, Mena, RDZWO. Okay, fuck you guys. You're not athletes at all. You're just a bunch of people that play games. Okay. Best esports team. I'm just going to skip these people. The winner for that was Team Vitality for Counter-Strike 2. I'm just going to pass up talking about these. Esports sucks. I hate esports. It's not like it should have been. It should have been more like what G4 did with the little esport thing where people were playing all these different games on teams and stuff. That would have been fun. I liked watching that. These esports teams, nah. Never watched an esport competition in my life. And then Player's Choice. The winner for that was Wuthering Waves. I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't know what that game is. But that was going up against Expedition 33, Dispatch, Genshin Impact, and Hollow Knight Silksong. What is Wuthering Waves? I don't know. There's some questionable stuff in this. I would have to say. But it's, Jeff Keighley's the Game Awards. Of course, there's going to be some corruption going on behind the scenes, Once a lot of money is involved, I heard it's for those game trailers and stuff in the show, I guess people had to pay like $1 million for a few second trailer for their games or something in the Game Awards. So it's like Super Bowl kind of shit going on here. I'm like, they had to pay $1 million+ for fucking few minutes of your video game trailer that you could post all over YouTube and everything else. And whatnot. Really? Really? I know it's watched by a lot of people around the world. I wonder, he didn't say that. Usually Jeff Keighley comes on and he says, hey, we're being watched on this and that and everywhere around the world. We got the biggest, we're the biggest watched thing. Maybe we'll get it on Monday or something, some news. Maybe we'll see how the Game Awards viewership was for this year, 2025, and how it did online and stuff like that. And I think it was shown on TV as well. They show that. So here are the games that were in the Game Awards show. Every game featured new games, remakes, all that great stuff. So we're just going to quickly go through them. I'll talk about some of them, but we'll just go through them. Mega Man Dual Override from Capcom. A lot of people were like, oh, great, finally a new Mega Man game. I never cared about the Mega Man games, but I think this Mega Man game, isn't it from that animated show that they were showing off, Level Up or something, or we're showing that weird Mega Man kind of thing going on? That could be cool. I don't know. We'll see. But there is a new Mega Man game called Mega Man Dual Override coming out from Capcom. This one was pretty big, and I never played the original. And I'm like, okay, this is being made by the guy that helped create the original Star Wars Fate, or Star Wars of the Old Republic, or whatever it was called. Now it's Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic, and that's coming. I don't know how soonish, but it's basically you get to be a Jedi or whatever, go through this big RPG, not JRPG, but RPG world and stuff, and do all this stuff. People said they had a blast with the other ones. I might be looking forward to playing this. It seems very up my alley. We'll see where it comes out and how well it's received, because it seems interesting. People are really going crazy over this. People are really going crazy over Control Resonant. I hated Control. Hated. It was boring to me. I didn't like the gameplay. I hated the story. I played a bunch of Control and I just dropped off of that. That's another game I just dropped right off of. No. I don't know what anybody sees in the Control thing. Control Resonant, it looked like it was going on a new weird direction. I don't know. That looked a little cool, but I got played before. I owned the game Control. I played it on Game Pass, but I owned the game as well, and I don't really care about it. I'm sorry, folks. I didn't like Control, and I don't know about Control Resonant, but people were really going bonkers for that. This is what I was going bonkers for. These next two games, which were announced back and back, which is crazy. Tomb Raider Catalyst, which is like they said a remake. This is the next entry in the Tomb Raider franchise created with the Unreal 5. Okay, this is the next entry in the Tomb Raider games. Okay, for Catalyst is the next entry. Okay, and this is coming out in 2027. Okay, I had to look this up here. Good thing I'm on the list here, because I forgot which was which. So Tomb Raider Catalyst, they have the new look for Lara and stuff. She looks more, she's a combination of looks of some of like anniversary Lara Croft and some new stuff. She's got a nice, good face to her. And she's got a good sizable rack. It's not huge, but it's nice, and her body's still good. You know, because you got to say the body of, got to talk about Lara and how she looks and stuff. But she's got a good new look to her. It's very natural, you know. And then they announced Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, which this was a reimagining of Lara Croft's first adventure. So unfortunately for the remakes, remasters, whatever you want to call them, I think they were remasters of the original Tomb Raider games, which, you know, they fucked up royally over at whatever that company is called again. This is a reimagining of the first Tomb Raider game. So they're going back, and they gave this Tomb Raider, this Lara, a different look as well. She's got a different look than she does in Catalyst a little bit, at least to me. She looks a little bit different. She looks more of the original Lara Croft, but still, it looks good. It's coming out this upcoming year of 2026. It's made by Crystal Dynamics and Flying Wild Hog, I guess. Still published by Amazon Games. Both of these are... Tomb Raider is now fully owned by Amazon right now. So Amazon, depending on where they're going to go, I don't know how big they are in the game. They're not really big gaming in the game. They're really not big in gaming. I hope they just don't fuck all the Tomb Raider shit up, because it worries me that Amazon has Tomb Raider now compared to other people. I just hope they don't fuck it all up, because it's Amazon and they just want to see the money. They don't really care about the games. They get into all this stuff because they want to, because they think they could get people to pay them more money for stuff. But then if they don't get what they think they're going to get, they kill it off right away. They'll slaughter whatever if it's in their way. And I worry that if any of these Tomb Raider games fail or don't give them the projections they want, that we won't ever see a Tomb Raider game ever again. Unless if they sell the IP or something like that. But I'm really looking forward to these Tomb Raider games. I'm definitely looking forward for next year to Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, playing Laura's original kind of adventure reimagined and stuff. I will be looking forward to that. And then Tomb Raider Catalyst, that'll be good in 2027. So I'll get a Tomb Raider for 2026 and one for 2027. So I get Lara on 2 years of Lara. That'll be great. That was a big thing. It wasn't just one game. It was 2 games that were coming out. And then you remember that statue that we were all talking about that was in the desert? And I'm sure you already know this because you probably heard this from other people as well. That statue that we all thought, I thought it was from Diablo. I'm like, it could be Diablo-esque. And everybody's like, no, it's not Diablo. It's something else or whatever. But then somebody said, well, maybe it's from that new game from Larian Studios, the Baldur's Gate people. And I'm like, I don't know. Okay. And it was from Larian Studios. It's called Divinity. No, nothing really about it. I saw it. I saw the trailer. It was pretty dark. It was pretty dark. Got the guy turning a big sludge monster thingy, whatever. There was some adult shit going on in Divinity in that trailer. There was some fucking going on in the trailer. There was some fucking killing, raping, stuff like that, burning of this guy and things coming up. It's a game that, if I can see eventually some gameplay of, might be up my alley. Divinity. I might play this game. I don't know. It's up my alley. I love dark, sexualized things, and Larian Studios, the guys that people are talking about a lot with that Baldur's Gate 3 making and them going back to their own IP, I'm looking forward to. So that's what that statue was. It was from Divinity. And then John Carpenter, you heard about him, right? You remember his studio's in great distress after Microsoft pulled their funding because they're stupid. And instead of letting him just finish up the game that they were making and put it out with, Microsoft published logo on it, so they could have looked really cool because they would have had John Carpenter this and that. Well, he basically he redesigned the game a bit, slapped on some different things, and now it's John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. So there you go, folks. You're getting John Carpenter's. Oh, I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. Rewind all that, what I just said. X-nay that. Strike that from the thing. I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm thinking of John Romero. Excuse me. Rewind that. Sorry, folks. I fucked you up. I fucked up that. Oh, hold on. Where is it? I don't have it? Why don't I have it here? Oh, here we go. There we go. Rewind that. Forget what I said. This is something else. This is John Carpenter's Toxic Commando from Saber Interactive. So a game about the Toxic Commando. Like I said, rewind what I just said on that. That was for John Romero. Sorry. 2 Johns in this categories. Star Wars Galactic Racer. So racing and pod racing and stuff like that. Looks really good. Got Saboba, stuff like that. I was really bad at the pod racing games, but shit. A Star Wars pod racing game. And they said it could be more than just pod racing, but I don't know. All I seen was pod racing. I'm up for it. We'll see where it comes and how much it is and what goes on in the Star Wars Galactic Racer. It can't be cheap because you got to get the Star Wars license for it. So sure, it's gonna cost a little bit of money. Decrypit. I've never heard of that. That's from Gamertag Games. That must have passed by. That must have been from those quick game trailers that passed by. The next game they showed, The Free Shepherd by Frame Interactive. Know nothing about it. Audio Mech, Your Music Transformed. Know nothing about that. Guild Wars 2, Visions of Eternity. I heard about that. People like their Guild Wars, so they got a Guild Wars 2. This is from Team Soda, this next game. Escape from Duckov. Okay. Looks really cheaply made. Looks like one of those really cheaply made Unity games that people make and put out that people love to play. So there you go. Pragmata from Capcom. That's the thing with the little girl on the big giant creature's back. Solasta 2. So Hasta la Vista 2 from Tactical Adventures. Don't know nothing of that. Oh, this one, people were really going, oh man, what the hell is this? Bradley the Badger. Annoying looking kind of, what is it? Going to be a platformer, action platformer from the director of Ubisoft's Mario and plus Rabbids games. So Bradley the Badger, and he talks a lot. And Jeff Gerstmann hated it. He's like, oh my God, this guy is annoying me. He's talking all the time. I'm like, good. I love the annoying games. Next game here from Alpha Channel, Tank Rat. Okay. Stupid Never Dies from GP Track 50. Okay. Battlefield Redsec from Battlefield Studios. So I'm guessing that's like their open multiplayer game or something. Or their Fortnite-ish type of thing. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Soulframe from Digital Extremes. For Loop from Bad Robot Games. This is that Bad Robot getting into game making. So this is from them, called For Loop. Fractional Games on Twos. Know nothing about it. Coven the Chicken Foot, folks, from Wildfire Interactive. Okay. Oh, you got your Zenless Zone Zero. Wasn't that out already? From Hoyoverse. Got that sexy anime girl on top of the car looking all sexy like, for pink hair, of course. Now you got another sexy looking woman in weird toe shoes. That's a half cat woman called 2XKO from Riot Games. And then, of course, they showed off some Resident Evil Requiem from Capcom. Now, and that's when they announced that a certain second player character is coming in that game. That looked cool. Resident Evil Requiem looks cool, even though I still haven't played the other 2 remakes, whatever they could call them. I got to play those. I got to try those out. See if I could get into some future Resident Evil games. You know what I mean, folks? Because like I said, I never was a Resident Evil gamer at all. But these new remakes and stuff like that, people seem to like. I got to give them a try. I own 2 of them. I would like to like Requiem. It looked pretty interesting. They're taking you back to Raccoon City again. Their new Raccoon City or whatever again. Order of the Sinking Star from Thakila Inc. Okay. Then we got Exodus from Archetype Studios. Screamer 2026 from Milestone. Okay. Warlock Dungeons and Dragons from Invoke Studios. This next game, which I finally know what it's called, Gang of Dragon from Nagoshi Studio, which this guy opened up his studio from, and he used to work at RGG Studios. He was the guy from RGG Studios. He made his new studio, and he's basically making a Yakuza game, which I'm surprised RGG Studio and Sega aren't trying to sue this guy, because this is basically it's basically going to be a Yakuza game. But it's called Gang of Dragon. It has this really beefy Japanese motherfucker. And of course, he's being shown at that Tokyo part where you see all the Yakuza games at what's that place called? Oh, shoot. Where they mostly go in the Yakuza games. And that main place where the tower is at. You know what I'm talking about, folks. I don't have my brain right now. But Gang of Dragon... It looked good. It looked really good. It looked like a show. I was watching this. I'm like, is this live action? Is these people? Because they got a really good engine. There's a really good game engine in this Gang of Dragon. Because I was watching this trailer. I'm like, if the gameplay looks like this damn trailer, which I think it will be, I'm like, wow. So I'm thinking, wow, now I'm going to get my Yakuza games from one studio, from RGG, and maybe I'll be getting this Gang of Dragon games from Nagoshi Studio on the other side. Even though the publisher is NetEase Games, but I can see this being a really good game when it's released. It's to be announced for release. But it looked really impressive. This guy is beefy, badass. I cannot wait to fight some Yakuzas in this, depending on how this game goes. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight was shown by TT Games. Like everybody says, and I said the same thing, it looks like the Batman Arkham game inside a Lego game, or a Lego game inside a Batman Arkham game. How you want to take it. That's going to be badass. That's going to be fun. It's going to be fun if they get it right. Invincible versus Skybound Games. People were talking about this a lot. Some people liked it. Some people didn't. We'll see. Orbitals from Shape Farm. Don't know nothing about it. There's a Forest 3. I never even heard about Forest 1 or 2 from End Night Games. Wuthering Waves from Kuro Game, okay, whatever that is. Animo from Paw Prit Studio. That looks like a cute little Pokemon-esque type of game, this Animo. And then from Blizzard, we got our Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred expansion, which I was talking about. And I'm like, I'm not spending $45 on an expansion. Unless if that's one big giant expansion, because it's like, wow, that's a lot of money that they want for that expansion, Diablo expansion. I could see like $20, $30. They want $45 for Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred. You got to be really big into Diablo. I'm really big into Diablo, but I kind of got all my Diablo out from the main Diablo 4 game. I'll wait till Diablo 5 comes out. I don't really buy the expansions for this stuff. And then eventually they'll come out with this, and they'll have like a Diablo 4 collection or something eventually, knowing them. Marvel Rivals from NetEase Games. I guess they were announcing some more characters or something. Then they showed off more 007 First Light from IO Interactive. That's going to be badass, especially when they're talking about all the cool stuff in this game. And then they were talking about that there will eventually be more Hitman down the road as well. Warframe from Digital Extremes. The 7 Deadly Sins Origin from Netmarble. Yeah, baby. 7 Deadly Sins. Hell yeah. Lords of the Fallen 2 from Hexworks. Cyros from Housemarque Games. No Law from Neon Giant. This is another interesting game from this No Law game. This is supposed to be like a cyberpunkish type of look of a game. People are, when they were showing this off, this looked really interesting, the shooter type of a game. It's like a dark, grungy. People are comparing it to like I said, it's a first-person shooter where you play as Gary Hawker, a seasoned military veteran who uses his training to rein in savage gangs which have taken over Port Desire. It looked interesting. It's a shooter, but it looked like a cyberpunk type of game. So I was pretty interested in that No Law. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if people like it. Where Winds Meet from Everstone Games. Phasmophobia from Kinetic Games. I guess there's like an update or some DLC. I don't know. Must have been one of those parts of where I fast forwarded through. They showed off some Total War Warhammer 40,000 from Creative Assembly. They went up there on stage and said, "We got more Warhammer for you Warhammer guys." I played a bunch of them. They were okay. They're okay. Warhammer games are okay. Now, this next game I got really interested and excited in, even though I was not really good at the other games, but this game looks like it's going to be really, really good for me, Mr. Mike, and I might play this if it's up my alley, and that's Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thief. And this had like a movie theme to this Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thief. It had that whole whatchamacallit to it. It had that I'm trying to think. Tom Cruise, Top Gun feel to this Ace Combat 8 game. They had cutscenes and everything in this game. And if you don't know the Ace Combat games, it's basically your jet fighter pilots going doing missions and stuff. This one looked really crazy. Maybe it'll be up my alley this time. Maybe Ace Combat 8 might be the game for me. I would love to play another jet fighting game. I was never good at the other ones, but hey, maybe I could try one now. Outer Worlds from Kong Orange. Don't know nothing about that, but it looks like that artsy type of game where it looks like they made clay animation kind of things going on there. Duet Night Abyss from Pan Studio. Arc Knight's Enfield from Hypergraph. That's another one of those anime girl type of games. Phantom Blade Zero from S Game. Neo 3 from Team Ninja. And then High Guard from Wild Entertainment. And that's all the games that were shown at the Game Awards. Like I said, there's a few. Like I said, Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic was interesting to me. The two Tomb Raider games, Tomb Raider Catalyst and Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis were interesting to me. Divinity was interesting to me. Star Wars Galactic Racer was interesting to me. Where's the next game? Resident Evil Requiem was interesting to me, even though I'll probably never play it. Gang of Dragon was definitely interesting to me. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight is definitely interesting to me. And First Light 007 was interesting. No Law was definitely interesting. And Ace Combat 8 was interesting to me. So a bunch of games from the Games Awards 2025 on that list was pretty interesting to me. They were very interesting type of games that I might have a hand in playing sometime or someday. I don't know. They were interesting. Let me know, folks. Let me know what you thought was interesting. Because, that maybe you thought other games were more interesting to you than I was. But, that Tomb Raider anniversary video that they're showing, they're actually showing it now on this feed here. And for the Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis and stuff, it looks really good. That looked really good. That they got that Laura looking like anniversary Laura in that one. At the Atlantis one, she looks like the anniversary version of Tomb Raider from Tomb Raider Anniversary from Lara Croft. And then they got that new Tomb Raider game that's coming out in 2027. That looks like a newer version. So they got two different looking lower versions and stuff. But yeah, it was really really interesting for those games. Even though, like I said, I forwarded through a lot of the Game Awards, scrubbed through it because I'm not watching 3 hours of Game Awards. But there was a lot of interesting stuff in there this time. And got to hand it to a lot of these game developers that are willing to put up some interesting presentations. I just want to watch that Evanescence, I can't even say their name, Even Sense. I want to see Evanescence stage music that they were doing that Jeff Gerstmann really disliked. And he says, I don't really like Evanescence. They kind of suck. There's only one song I like from them. And then he was talking through the whole thing and the music. I'm like, God damn it, Jeff. That's what I get for watching a watch along with him. But otherwise, yeah, it was an okay show, I guess. It was, like I said, I was never going to watch it the night of when it was actually showing it because it's on Thursday night and I got to go to bed and wake up in the morning for work on Monday morning. I still wish the Game Awards was like on a Friday night or a Saturday or something. That would have been more realistic. I think they used to have it on Sunday nights, and I'm like, why? When people got to go to work on Monday? I never understand that. Why can't they get this like on a Friday night or a Saturday night on TV? Because it's TV, because it's Jeff Keighley, and he's like, I got to get this shit on TV because I'm all about the TV and movies and stuff as well as the games. And I'm like, well, get it on a Friday night or a Saturday night, you fucker. Come on, stop fucking around and put it on Thursday nights where people got work the next day. You want more people to watch this thing day of, then put it on a day where people are going to be home. I don't know. Am I not thinking correctly? I think I'm thinking correctly. But overall, it was a decent show. They had the Muppets there like usual. There's sorry, sad jokes, and there were some games. I was pretty interested. I was pretty happy about those games. So overall, like I said, show was okay with that stuff, with games and stuff, and eventually there'll be more games. I'm trying to look here. I don't have that news story. Okay, we're gonna get into the games news next. But I also had a rumor here that next month, and this is not in the games news because I didn't get anything from it, right? I didn't get the thing, but I heard a rumor that because Microsoft didn't really show off anything at the Game Awards, they showed off the Hatred thing, the Diablo 4 Lords of Hatred thing. But apparently either in January or something coming up soon next month or so. I think that's a rumor. Has it that Microsoft's going to have some big presentation or something coming up for games and stuff, like for Fable and probably stuff like that. I think. I don't know. I heard a rumor stating that that they're preparing to show some big stuff in games and they wanted to wait for after the Game Awards to show it off in the next month or so. We'll see. We'll see if that's true. Have no idea if that rumor is true or not. I just wanted to put it out there for folks. So why don't we get into some of this games news? That is the games news of the show, or the games news now of the show. And then I can end this podcast because I got stuff to do and some games to play. And by God, I'm going to play some games and do some fun stuff. So we're going to get into the games news now, next. Let's get into it.
Locked and loaded, ready for the fight. Game Talk Newz, gonna set the stage alight. Holding back, dropping bombs on the gaming industry track. Hear the thunder, feel the roar. Game Talk Newz, gonna settle the score. From E3 to PAX, they got it all.
In the Game Awards.
Highs and lows, ready to brawl.
The Game Awards. There we go. That's a good way to end it. Got to have the record scratch, right? Okay, so let's get through this game news fast, because usually I don't get through stuff fast. But the Game Awards Tomb Raider reveal leaks online just hours before the show. Yes, we did see all that leakage from Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis, but we didn't know that there was 2 Tomb Raiders. But Legacy of Atlantis is the remake, and of course Lara looks like her Tomb Raider anniversary Lara. If you look at her and her face and all that, which is awesome that they brought her back to the original-ish look of the PS2 era, PS2 360 era of Lara Croft there. And she's going to be doing all her sexy, acrobatics and stuff, where she can do her handstand, flip around and stuff when she gets up and all that. I'm very excited about this. I cannot wait till this game comes out on next year in 2026. I will pick it up and play it whenever they get it out, and it should be fun. And then, of course, the new entry. Well, we can say this is a new entry because this is a retake of the original Tomb Raider, but this is still a new entry as well, so we can say that. And then, of course, the next Tomb Raider game, that'll be cool as well, and we see that one eventually. So I'm interested in both Tomb Raiders. You know, Lara's hot. If there was a real Lara Croft out there, I definitely would like to date her, because she seems like she has her shit together, except for all her past that keeps catching up to her. She still seems like she has her shit together. She just does what Lara does, you know? She's badass, physical and mental. She don't give a shit, you know? She's awesome. I like that. I did like the whole, I'm unsure of myself kind of Lara when they had the Lara next chapter kind of thing, the one we had for the Xbox, what is it, 360, the Xbox One and stuff, that Lara Croft as well. But I like badass Lara. It's always good when she's just badass and she doesn't care who she kills and what she does. She just, it's like, hey, I'm just the Tomb Raider, bitch. I'm coming right through, even if I have to go through you to do it. So, yeah. John Romero's, this is what I was going to talk about, but I kind of fucked that up because I thought that was the game, but I didn't read it correctly. But John Romero, not the other John, not John Carpenter, but John Romero, canceled Shooter is still canceled, but it's uncanceled. It's canceled, but it's uncanceled. The original Shooter is canceled, but he took the elements from that game and he put them into a brand new game, and he made a brand new game. And he showed it off. It looks interesting. It looks crazy. He showed it off at the Game Awards and stuff. And he's got a new game coming out, and he's getting published by who? I forgot. It's a shooter, too, if you didn't notice. But let's see here. Let's see here. Trying to look at stuff here. He's a crazy guy. He's the guy, if you don't know John Romero, he did the Dooms and stuff like that, the original Dooms and stuff like that. He's really big into games. He loves making games. Him and his wife make games together, and they're trying to keep the studio open, so they got new people helping them with financials and stuff to make this game happen, and it's gonna happen. And now it's gonna be this new game, and I forgot what the fuck it was called here. Hold on. So I was looking up some more information on this, and I didn't see any name of this. I thought I was watching that. Maybe I was watching a different game, but I thought I was watching something from his game. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm getting all my games mixed up here. But it's back on. He's making a new game. He's taking assets from his other game to make a new game, and going to put it all together and make a really good game, and hopefully we like it or not. I don't know. There were some people in the comment sections of where I was reading the news story from, saying that he's not relevant anymore and just being down on the guy. And I'm like, dudes, calm down. He's John Romero. He created Doom. He likes making these crazy shooter stuff. He does a lot of stuff. He's an old guy and he's still into making shooters and games and stuff. Give him a break. It's not like he's done anything stupid. And Microsoft canceled him with taking away his game because they just wanted to cut their losses on stupid shit and stuff. And he would have probably made a good game for Microsoft, but now he's going to just make the game and put it out there. And I don't know. I don't know why people get all anti-people. Oh, well, he's just not relevant anymore. What do you mean he isn't relevant anymore? What the fuck are you talking about? He's very relevant. He's still relevant today. Without people like John Romero and trying to think of the other guy's name. I always want to John Carmack and stuff like that. Without those kind of guys out there in the early days, you would never have games of what they were like today. John Carmack, John Romero, all the Ed Boon, people like that. You know, iconic people of the early days, Miyamoto, stuff like that. You would never have games of what they are today without those kind of people. Gaming would be so different if it was even happened at all. But shit, I'm interested in what he's got going on, and I hope it's good. And I hope John Romero does us right with this new game. And you know what? When it's available for sale, and if it's at a good price, I'll pick it up myself and play it. Final Fantasy VII Remake Director issues update on Part 3 progress and reveals Cloud's iconic Buster Sword was almost resized to make it more realistic. Okay. Don't really care about Cloud's sword. I like the goofy super giant sword because that just made the game much more badass. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth director Naoki Hamaguchi opened up about the decision. Let's see. While making remake, there was an aspect of weight of how Cloud swings it around. Now he's talking about the sword. Let's see here. He closed by stressing in the end, we stayed faithful to the original game. A whole new generation of people fell in love with it, so I think it was the right call. As for the latest Final Fantasy Remake Part 3, he teased that the core game experience is almost complete, and while he really wants everyone to play it as soon as possible, the team has now moved on to refining and polishing that part of the game. Curiously, he also warned that the team never intended to make all three parts feel like the same game. As a director, I feel a very strong sense of the game's final form. The director said, honestly, I really want everyone to play it as soon as possible, but of course, since it's a game, it needs to be carefully crafted before I can deliver it to the players. And also, I want to play the first two parts of it, which I did pre-order on Xbox for PC, so when those come out, I think in January of next year, of 2026, I will be trying to play that Final Fantasy game, 7 Rebirth games. What's it called? Final Fantasy Rebirth, Exit. What is it called? Here, I'll look it up. I gotta always look it up because my brain, it's never working, and I want to get the information of these games right to you guys. So in order to do that, I got to go to my list here. Go down here. Oh, I got a lot of games on sale here on my list because I got my list of games that I want to get. Yeah, it's $48.99 for that Sonic Racing. So, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. When that comes out, and it's supposed to come out January, sometime in January, I'll be able to play that on my PC and try that out. Yeah, see, I guess maybe January 31st it's coming out. I don't know. I don't know when this is coming out. Doesn't say yet. Oh, release date. Yeah, January 22nd, 2026. So, what's January 22nd, 2026? That's Thursday. Okay. So maybe I'll be playing this on Friday then as a first gameplay or something of Final Fantasy 7 Remake Intergrade. Because, people on the PlayStation got to play it. I think they had it up for PC as well, but this is the first time this is coming out for like other systems. Or was it just for PlayStation? And then they were putting it on PC. I forget. If maybe that was the case. I don't know. Because they said, well, then we'll eventually port this to Xbox and then to Xbox for PC. When I found out it was coming to Xbox for PC, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta play this game. But I'm interested. I watched people play it, like people from Nextlander and stuff, and I was really intrigued by it. So, yeah, why not? Why frickin' not? Yeah, I'm just gonna pass for the story so we could keep moving on here, and I can end this and not just reminisce on how I'm gonna be playing some games and from Resident Evil to Final Fantasy stuff. Talking about Resident Evil, like everybody was hoping and wondering about, Leon S. Kennedy is going to be, is confirmed to be in Resident Evil Requiem. And I guess he's going to be maybe playable as well. He's going to be the second playable character. And he looks a little older. He's got a little bit of, beard going on. I got a little bit of beard going on. I don't know if you could tell by the light and stuff, but I got a little bit of 5 o'clock shell because I didn't shave this weekend because I was too busy. Of course, I got the hair going on too. Usually I'm bald, but for the winter time, I keep my hair growing out like a crazy man with the crazy hair. I don't even fix it. I don't cut it. I don't fix it. I just let it grow. Yep. I want to be like Leon S. Kennedy. He's got his grizzly look to him, but I guess he's going to be playable and in this game and a bunch of other stuff. So, I don't know. I would really love it if this Resident Evil Requiem was a movie too, because shit, that would be pretty cool. Because they make really good animation at Capcom. And I would really, really love it if they just made it so that we could just watch it if you didn't want to play it. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me. But I'll try it out if it's good. I don't know. I got to play the other ones that I haven't touched yet in my back catalog. Got too many games in my back catalog. And I'm only going to just buy more because that's what I do. I'm a digital game hoarder, folks. And some sad note here. If you ever played any of the Burnout games, which I did, I love the Burnout games. Apparently there was this, it's called Wreck Nation. It's a spiritual successor to the Burnout games made by Three Fields Entertainment. It's Three Fields Entertainment are the group of people, former people of the Burnout crew. Head of that is CEO Fiona Sperry, who left EA games and stuff like that from the old Burnout crew and some other people from the Burnout crew, and went and made their new Burnout. I'm just going to read this. So Three Fields Entertainment, which was founded by the makers of Burnout, which were recently launched an open world driving game called Wreck Nation, has notified its entire staff that they are at the risk of redundancy. CEO Fiona Sperry broke the news in a post. The studio released Wreck Nation in October, but Sperry stated that Three Fields will not see revenue from sales for the foreseeable future. The Steam player count for Wreck Nation peaked at 199 in October, according to Steam database. Now, note, they're only talking about Steam here. They're not talking about like Xbox, PlayStation, stuff like that. Although the game was published by THQ Nordic, which I didn't even know this game was out until a certain Jeff Gerstmann was playing it, and he loves the Burnout series as well, and he loves Wreck Nation as well. He was talking about it, and he was bummed out that nobody else likes it and stuff, even though I noticed that it was a lot of glitchiness and it needed to be updated a bit. You know, it was broken in a lot of ways, Recognition. So, and Three Fields, I purchased a lot of their other games that they were making to get up to Recognition, that they were making these other like Burnout type of games just to try to hone their engine and all that stuff. So I purchased those games, but they never felt like they were ever ready or done or anything. And now with Recognition, it's like, okay, it looks okay. It's like $50 almost, but I don't know. Plus it never had any marketing behind it, and nobody knew about it. It was still needing some polish, I hear. And there was no backing for it. So, of course, this game was put out to basically die because there was just nobody that knew about this game. Like I said, I found out when this game was coming out because Jeff Gerstmann had it, and I didn't even know it was coming out right away because there's no push. There was no real advertisement for Recognition, and that's basically the tipping stone of why it failed, and of course of all the stuff that needed to be updated, which I heard they were just updating, that they're still updating the game Recognition, and they're still trying to get the game, you know, looking and working well, and they put in multi console support and stuff like that, but I think it's just too late. And they're not going to see any money back because this game didn't make any money. They were using their own money to fund the game. And, you know, they owe probably THQ Nordic some money for publishing it and stuff. So, I don't know. It's sad, but it's not surprising when there was no backing for this game. There was no money, no backing, no advertisement. If they would have had some good to great advertisement going on for this game, and they actually kept people in the know, this game would have did a lot better. But it seems like, because a lot of this team is in Europe, I guess, or Britain or Europe or something. So she had to state that they placed our entire team on notice of redundancy. That means that basically they might be shutting down the studio, that they might be firing everybody and shutting down the studio. So they got to put people out, they got to write down, they got to acknowledge and put out there that they're putting this team on the notice of redundancy in the UK and stuff like that, because that's the law out there, unlike here in America where they could just let people go anytime, anywhere, any day, any second. Like Nadella says, I'm going to fire another 100,000 people. They're just going to do it in the next couple of days. They're not letting people know. And it's sad because Three Fields Entertainment, even though they have not been really, like I said, here's the games that they got here. I can tell you right now. So Dangerous Golf, which I never played, but I heard it was not that good. People wanted it to be better. That was like their first game. Lethal VR, never heard of it, as you can tell. Danger Zone, I've purchased Danger Zone, played it. It was okay. It's not the best. Danger Zone 2 was okay, but not the best. These were the pre-games before Wreckfest. And then you got Dangerous Driving, which is a game I never played. Because I just felt like it wasn't ready. And now you got Recognition, which is more like Burnout Paradise, and it has stuff where you can build tracks in the air and stuff. I might purchase this game, but like I said, I think Recognition, let me check here for a second. And I don't know why do I not have this on my list here? I thought I had this on my list. Do I not have this on my list? Oh, there I do. $40 for Recognition. If I click on it here and I go to the reviews, it's only got a 3.8. Some of the newest reviews, they have like 4 or 5 stars, but a lot of people are like, 1-star reviews and stuff like that. But there's some stuff, and there's some people getting onto this and saying this is good. And they did, and in this last review, they said there's a lot of patches and stuff for Rec Nation. I don't know. I'm thinking I might purchase this just because I think they might eventually, especially if Three Fields Entertainment does go under and they do close up shop, that means this game might get delisted eventually. And if I want to ever play this game and try it out, I would have to buy it. I don't know if it'll go on sale or anything because it's $40, folks, for Rec Nation. That's a lot of money for this game. I don't know how much content it has in this game. And I don't know if it's something that you really want to play by yourself, but I don't know. I'm going to hesitate. If it does go on sale for a bit, I'll buy it, but $40 for a game that nobody else is really playing, and then there's like a lot of multiplayer aspects to it, and it's a game that, I don't know, frankly, would be a good Burnout game, but I guess they patched a lot of the better stuff in there. I don't know. It's a question. It's a big question because it's $40, folks. Do people want to spend $40 on something like this that is not getting good reviews, that is not having the stuff that it should have, didn't have the backing from THQ Nordic or anybody for advertisement? That's a question in itself. Finally, let's get into the last news story here, and then we could call it quits for today because we're already past the 2-hour mark. Go figure. That's shorter than 3 hours. Usually my podcasts are 3 hours long. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is the name of the Ubisoft's long-awaited pirate remake. So Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I never really played, or I played a little bit. I hated it because I couldn't get off the island or something. I had trouble with it. For some reason, I couldn't get to where I wanted to go. I was having trouble with it. I don't know if I was just in bad state or what. I don't know. A lot of people loved it. I wanted to like it because I'm like, oh, this is a pirate game. You go and you can play. You're playing Assassin's Creed, but you're a pirate and you can go sailing and kill people. And I loved the pirate thing in Assassin's Creed Odyssey when you got to go on your ships and take down people. That was the same thing with Black Flag. And apparently they're remaking it from the ground up again. Hence the name Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. And it's a remake of it. And it's supposedly, they didn't really fully announce it yet, but there's a rating for it from the Peggy people at Peggy 18. It's Peggy 18 because it's for 18 and above, of course. Assassin's Creed, and it's called Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced on the site there. So I guess they're going to announce it pretty soon. And I'm interested. Apparently the new story content it's talking about here, I don't know about the original story content, but new story content will reportedly be added to flesh out more of the hero Edward Kenway's life through the game's modern day gameplay sections have apparently been excised. Something that many fans aren't happy about. It will be interesting to see how Ubisoft handles the game's new ending, which previously tied together story elements from its historical and modern day narratives. Okay. I don't know about that. Like I said, I haven't played it enough to know anything about it, but I knew a lot of people liked Black Flag. I just never got into it, but I am interested to get into it because I would like to play a pirate-based Assassin's Creed game. But I got Shadows, so I'm good. I got the Japanese Assassin's Creed. And I'm happy with that game. Even though I guess even Assassin's Creed Shadows didn't do too hot, as I'm hearing. I don't know. I think it should do really well. It's a really great game, folks. You should try Assassin's Creed Shadows. It is a really good Assassin's Creed game. If you liked Odyssey, you'll love Shadows. Being a ninja is badass. Being a ninja is badass. So, folks, we're done. We're done with the Games Talk News or the Games News Now. I'm done talking. It's getting dry. My throat's getting dry. Coming up, we got Christmas coming up soon. Next week, because we got this week. And then next week, it's already Christmas. Holy shit. It's already going to be the 25th and Christmas. I will be doing another podcast, of course, Monday. I don't know. I'm thinking my next podcast is going to be me talking about, because usually I do this in January, but I don't know if I might be taking off January. I don't know. You'll find out probably after Christmas if I take off. I'll do maybe this next podcast, I'll let you guys know if I decide to take off a little bit from podcasting for a little bit and I just do game streams and stuff. I don't know yet. I'll have to think about it because it's going to be the really slow time. So I'm thinking maybe I should make my next GamezAttack podcast about the games of my year that I played, what I think might happen, stuff like that. I don't do the game of the year. I don't go and make my own game of the year podcast like everybody else seems to do and stuff. I will talk about what game I like to play the most of the year, and I will talk about all the games on my list that I played, that I liked, that I didn't like, etc., etc. But I'm not going to really go too big on it like other people do. But I'm thinking about doing one like that, and we'll see what I put in the podcast. There might be some news in there, might not be. It might be me just talking about what I think, how the game industry is going, what to expect, what the future could hold. I don't know. And then maybe I'll talk about, I'll let you guys know what will happen in 2026, because like I said, maybe I'll take a few weeks off from podcasting, 3 or 4 weeks, depending, and then we'll get back into it, and then I'll have more podcasts and stuff like that. But as of right now, I think the next podcast might be the last for a little bit before I take off, because I usually like to take my podcasting off in the beginning of January, as long as there's no big news, because sometimes there's some big news that hits during that time and I'm like, God damn it. But maybe not. Who knows? But I'll let you guys know in the next podcast, and maybe that, like I said, the next podcast might be a special podcast. Who knows? We'll see. But Christmas is coming up next week. Like I said, this week, Wednesday, I'm going to have my Let's Play again. Hopefully it's going to be the Outer Worlds 2. Friday, it's going to be me doing more Assassin's Creeding with Assassin's Creed Shadows on GameOn for Friday. And then next week, I will, Friday for Christmas and mostly Friday, that day. Maybe I'll even have it earlier. I don't know. Maybe I'll have that game stream earlier or something. Maybe I'll have it during the day on Friday of that day. I'll be probably playing more Assassin's Creed Shadows because like I said, I like Assassin's Creed Shadows. And if that's something I want to play, that's something I'm probably going to play. I don't know. We'll see. But I do got some Christmassy stuff coming up next week. This upcoming Saturday, I'm just going to bake my holiday cookies, so it's not going to affect anything. That's pretty easy for me to bake some holiday cookies compared to the pierogies I had to make this weekend. That took a long time. Cookies don't take as long. Cleanup still takes a little while, but otherwise baking them, not too hard at all. But yeah, pretty much. I'll let you guys, like I said, the next podcast, I'll let you guys all know on what I'm going to decide on, what I'm going to take off for my podcast, take off my little time off, and then I'll come back in and we'll do more podcasting in the new year and more games. But cannot wait. This Christmas season, a lot of gaming going on. like I said, I'll try to do maybe I'll do some early streaming. We'll talk about that in the next podcast. I'm not going to talk about it here because I haven't thought that far in advance yet. Because things could change. Things can happen. But what's happening now, we're going to end this podcast. Thank you for joining me. Go to OldFreakyGamer.com is my website where you can see all my videos. I got the articles still going on strong on there on the main page. It might leave this week, maybe next week, for the my Xbox Raw Galley X review, if you want to take a look at that. Like I said, this podcast will be up as you're hearing it on Monday. I'll have my Wednesday's Let's Play. I'll have my Friday's Assassin's Creed Shadows GameOn live session. And we'll see on beyond that. Go to my YouTube /OldFreakyGamer-2023, or you could go to youtube.com, type in OldFreakyGamer, one word there, and subscribe to my videos and my hankiness on me, how I talk. What else? I don't think there's anything else. I'm just going to end the show. So everybody, until next time, I'm Mr. Mike, sign out saying game on, game hard, world conquest. I'm pushing this game button. And the show is now game over. So everybody, see ya.
Neon bright, old freaky gamer plays all night. Joystick in one hand, fries in the other. He's the king of one more level, brother. Press start, he's in the zone. His throne's a squeaky chair alone. Old freaky gamer, he's got the knack. Blasting through the game's attack. Level up and don't look back. Old freaky gamer on the track.
Game over.